Okay, hello guys, welcome to the second part of the mainline story, Read Aloud.
What's up, guys?
Okay, so the last time we read was Night Parade, okay. On
Next
to
is ambition.
Ambition. Tsukimi, do you have something you want to say to me?
Tsukimi Dango subtly tugged on his long sleeve, then used a napkin to wipe some of the spilled alcohol from the table. All as placidly as if nothing had just happened, his fingertip rubbed against the edge of the cup, and his finger brushed against the cup's side.
Wow, placidly.
For what?
You know, you just have to say it, and I'll believe you.
I merely wish to re-establish relations between humans and food souls.
Relations between humans and food souls.
Yes.
How are you going to do that?
You're not going to ask why I want to do this?
Like I said, I trust you. You just have to say it, and I'll believe you. This is how being a boss works. And it's also a trust that you've earned from me. What do we have to do?
And here I thought you would refuse. You're clearly after the whole of Sakurajima, and humans will be your biggest obstacle.
Right. I want all of Sakurajima. And naturally, that includes the humans on Sakurajima.
You're really something. No one could ever say you lack ambition. Oh, that's why it's called ambition.
I know. I was gonna say it's
okay.
If I didn't have a little ambition, then how could I take the title of the world's greatest? Out with it. What's the plan?
Boss, you probably already had a look around outside Venerable Moon, haven't you?
Yes?
Menteko grimaced at the memory of that squalid land and the friend that he once had a chance of saving. That fellow was killed by the very villagers he was protecting.
Nonsense. It had to have been that Ukimochi.
Don't bring me into this!
Oh my gosh, you sound like Timmy Turner from Okay.
Menteko pounded the table and sprung to his feet, but seeing the placid yet somewhat sorrowful glow in Tsukimi Dango's eye, he couldn't muster the nerve to shout down the man before him anymore. He had long ago had his suspicions. As far as Menteko was concerned, he wanted to protect more people, and the residents of his street of Venerable Moon had given him a false impression, allowing himself to forget for a time the hatred and fear that humans once held toward their Yagoi kind. With Tsukimi Dango's help, Venerable Moon had developed exceedingly smoothly. He really had let success get to his head. Swallowing back his emotions, he sat down on the floor once again, his body slightly bowed by his effort at forbearance.
What's really going on here?
These days, boss, you've been steadily busy around Venerable Moon and haven't gotten outside, so you've forgotten some things.
What?
Human nature is greedier than you imagine, and a single food soul would not be able to protect everyone forever. Only when all food souls are willing to protect the humans will they have peace and happiness. You never found that fellow, did you, boss?
You know where he went?
Yes, that fellow was forced onto a road to ruin by humans that relied on him. Master, we truly need that land!
Master, save us. If we can't go back to the land from that monster, we'll end up starving to death. If you don't heed our call, we'll just die here.
A frail figure emerged slowly from the shrine. He looked at those people gazing at him with imploring eyes, and no towing until they hurt themselves. His own body had still not recovered from a grave injury, but at the same time, he headed toward the rock cave.
Is that kowtowing? Something that's groveling?
Oh, kowtowing.
Right?
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh my, how frail looking. Is this little darling a special treat delivered right to my door?
Okay.
Okay, guys, gambling den. That sounds promising. The bold-faced truth made Menteko clench his fists. The residents of Venerable Moon Street had made him think all humans were as kind as they. Not every food soul is like you, willing to protect those humans who once betrayed us. And not every human knows that they can't have everything without paying a price.
What are you going to do?
Make humans and food souls all learn that everything we have comes with a price.
Huh?
Just like what I've done on the street. A tiny little prince will let humans know that the peace they enjoy is not had unconditionally.
I think it's prize, not prince.
Yeah. And likewise, this price can make those unwilling to protect humans either because they detest or just ignore them. At least be willing to provide the barest minimum of safe haven to the humans.
Haven.
Haven.
What price? We just need to take from them something that wasn't of any use to them in the first place. The dark of night. Night? Indeed, we must again publicly declare our existence before them and proclaim our strength. We share Sakurajima with humans, and are the lords of Sakurajima Knights.
No longer need we hide in the shadows. No longer need we hide ourselves under the guise of humans. We can forthrightly tell them our identity, even that identity is Yaogre. And no longer shall humans, in the name of justice, bring harm upon our weaker brethren.
What do you think? Not a bad idea, right? But how would they just hand over the night to us? This will require the cooperation of everyone on Sakurajima. Then what help can I give? You don't worry. That if too many people are involved, then Sakurajima will fall into someone else's hands. If I didn't have the stomach for that, then I'd have left Sakurajima a long time for some deserted little island and given myself the title of Supreme Ruler. And besides, with you two as the brains behind this, I'm sure you've got a backup plan, right?
When Taiko took a cold drink, Junmai Daiginjo brought over and drank it down in one gulp. Then wiped the corner of his mouth with his sleeve. Then flashed a confident smile once again, his eyes glowing brightly in the unlit room. But of course, in the night, we will set up a gambling den where the winner takes all.
Tsukimi, you see? Didn't I say, your boss, he's definitely going to agree with our plan.
Tsukimi Dango moved aside Daiginjo, who had been hanging on his shoulder and poking him in the chest with his pipe. He stared in resignation at Junmai Daiginjo, grinning derisively, then turned his head and let out a sigh. I thought when you learned of how Ugemochi ate that fellow, it would change your opinion of the humans. I was going to wait until everything had progressed some more before telling you.
I'm not the type of person to reject my opinions because of something that happened in the past. Tsukimi, you underestimate me. And as for that Ninetail and Baki that you mentioned, just leave them to me.
That was Bachi.
Bachi? Baki?
Like Bachi.
I'm not sure.
Like Bachi.
Bachi?
Chi Bayan. Bachi.
Not sure. Okay. Merchant encounter.
As he left Bliss, Mentako clutched a bottle in his hand and scratched the back of his hand.
Head.
I didn't read it enough because you. Although he had gotten impulsive and already promised everything, he really didn't know much at all about the strength of Ninetail and Bachi. The leader of Ninetail situated at the original Inari shrine, and was said to be an incarnation of the Inari deity, with two oracles before him. The original Inari shrine was a massive shrine, which legends say consecrated and protected holy artifacts. But as religion fell into decline among the humans, the once bustling shrine was no longer the site of thousands of worshippers, and only a smattering of rumors remained. And there was not even the slightest hint of the news of Bachi. He didn't even know in which direction that ephemeral island lay.
Ephemeral, right?
Is it ephemeral? I don't know. Ephemeral island lay.
Why did you have to be so impulsive, big guy? You could have at least asked him for a location. Ow!
A passerby crashed abruptly into Menteko as he pondered with his head down, and the person he ran into looked a little familiar. Ow, 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 ow!
Huh? Are you alright?
The person he knocked over was a youth in merchant's garb, but the air he had about him made Menteko cock his head. This is no human. Ah, aren't you Moon Rabbit's little boss? Greetings, my name's Matsutake Dobimushi. I believe we haven't had the pleasure of meeting before, right? The smile on the man's face was neither flattering, nor excessively standoffish, but rather stayed in that range that made one incredibly comfortable, and Mentaiko couldn't help but put his guard down.
You know Tsukimi? Oh.
I gotta change my voice. It seems like he's really more energetic than that. I gotta be like...
Matsutake?
Yeah, you know that prince-like? Yeah, like kind, princey aura? Yeah, I kind of imagine that for him.
Yeah, but we can look at what, like, people voice act for.
Yeah, I just need to know his personality.
Yeah. Frail merchant. You know Tsukimi?
The familiar bearing of the person before him left Mentaiko a little bit confused. Although he had seen him at Bliss a handful of times, the intimate way he talked about Tsukimi made it seem like they were old friends. Sure, you could say we're drinking buddies. So, where are you headed, little boss?
I have business to attend to. And you? You seem to be in a hurry.
That thing Daiginjo is trying to pull off is starting to shape up, and I'm just going to find him and tell him some good news.
Oh, what news?
Pardon me, I probably said too much. As if realizing he'd let things slip, Matsutake Dobimushi turned his head away from Mentaiko's questioning gaze.
Forget it. If you don't want to say, then I won't force you to. Although, what are you doing here in the middle of the day? Going to do some day drinking with him?
No, that's not it. I was coming to Bliss to lay low.
Lay low.
Oh yes, Daiginjo's plan this time have gotten the attention of quite a few people, and such a frail businessman such as myself, naturally, will turn into a target for them to vent their frustrations upon.
Frail businessman.
A figure of speech. At any rate, as far as those people are concerned, I need to be a person in order to be able to talk to them and make my money.
Those folks. Why are they still like that?
Little boss, you weren't around for that era, so perhaps you don't quite understand. But only us experienced Yagwe will know how dangerous living amongst humans can be.
So hidden merchant now. Oh, superb merchant.
Okay, we're just merchant. Little boss, you weren't around for that era, so perhaps you don't quite understand. I already said this part. Yagwe would know how dangerous living amongst humans can be. The slightly lowered voice made the atmosphere... that was a lowered voice. Can I do that again? You don't know how dangerous living amongst humans can be. The slightly lowered voice made the atmosphere between Matsutake, Dobimushi, and Mentaiko a little stiff. But then, Matsutake suddenly shook himself out of it and resumed his normal smile and demeanor. Alright, enough of that downer stuff. Little boss, what you've got there in your hand?
Oh, it's some alcohol for Ninetail. But hasn't the Ninetail Mountain been closed off for a while now?
This is alcohol from Daiginjo's personal collection that so-and-so never once was willing to bust out the stuff for me. Seeing a look of interest flash from Matsutake Dobimushi's eye, Mentaiko reflexively hid the bottle behind his back. Aw, what's with that face, little boss? You really think going to steal your alcohol? You said you're going to look for Ninetail. Is it time to make some wish?
You really think going to steal...
You really think I'm going to steal your alcohol? That sounds better.
Yeah.
You said you're going to look for Ninetail. Is it to make some wish?
Wish?
Huh? If you're not going to make a wish, then what are you going to see Ninetail for?
To do a little business.
Eyeing the alcohol in Mentaiko's hands, Matsutake's face lit up in a flash of realization. Suddenly, the sound of commotion was heard in the distance.
Hey, you there. Have you seen a real clever-looking guy dressed in a merchant come running through here? That's it. Okay.
No!
What about you?
Don't come near! He just ran that away!
So, you thought you could hide here?
The sudden voice behind him made Matsutake Dobimushi freeze up, and he scrolled behind Mentaiko.
Oh, you... It's not like you can't defeat them.
But I can't reveal my identity, can I? Little boss, I'm begging you!
Okay. Do you think he's a sus person?
He's kind of sus. He's
I know.
Kinda, yeah.
Merchants are always sus.
He's like hiding his real identity, all that stuff.
Okay.
being like overly nice.
I'll be back. Just you wait. If I had a dime for how many times I've heard that.
I had a
Can't you
dime.
people... Okay. Can't you people think of something else to say?
Manteco disdainfully cleaned out his ears as he watched the hoodlum run away cursing. Curses! With a frown, he turned and took back the alcohol from Matsutake Dobumishi.
He's gone. But next time, I won't help you. I have things I need to do.
No problem, no problem. I'm just going to Bliss now, and that little merman there is more than capable of handling these folks.
They're clearly capable of handling them too.
If I'm too forceful, then these people who have issues with this plan will just hide and not come out, won't they? Moreover, for these folks, I naturally should deal with them by mercantile means. That's the fun of being a merchant.
Why do you like playing these games? Why do you like playing these convoluted games like the humans?
Constant fighting and killing would be boring. I like to at least give them a sporting chance. Regardless, thank you, little boss.
Alright. You wouldn't have been fine if I wasn't around anyway.
Regardless, a little thank you gift is still in order.
Thank you, gift.
As a merchant par excellence, I must always be in the know about the client's needs.
What do I need?
As a special service, I will give you a message, little boss.
Message?
Shh! The old books say, for seekers of the divine, only those with undistracted hearts will see the gods. So, if you encounter some fog, little boss, whatever you do, don't let anything make you forget what you truly seek in your heart.
He's gonna get lost in some fog, to be honest, honestly. We love foreshadowing.
We love foreshadowing.
Yeah. Okay. Worship.
Oh, there it is. Legends say that in the mountains, there is sacred memory shrine. You must climb step by steady step by the 1,000-strong staircase ascending the mountain, wishing in your heart to see the holy fox spirit Inari. And if you're devout enough, you will not lose your way in a heavy fog. And when you emerge from the fog, you will see. What you will see is a grand, solemn torii gate. Upon setting foot inside it, you'll be instantly transported to the divine realm. A sorceress, chaste and pure, will lend an ear to your troubles, and a kindly deity will hear your prayer. Although all this is just a beautiful fairy tale, prosperity, abundance, happiness, for humans in this age, these words, age, are all but unattainable fool's errands. But precisely because they are fool's errands, that only makes them the more enticing. Looking at a young man kneeling and praying as he climbed the mountain, Manteco couldn't help but frown. The young man's knees were already scratched and swollen from kneeling, and on his back he carried a little girl, much smaller than he. The little girl's brow was drawn taut, and her face was tinged with abnormal red from fever.
Hey, why don't you take her to go see a doctor?
Manteco shot with the kneeling youth looked up in his praying and turned his head, but he did not answer Manteco's question, and only kept moving forward up the mountain on his knees.
You.
Manteco stopped, then turned and walked back toward the young man. He reached out a hand to feel the forehead of the girl on the young man's back. As expected, her forehead was scalding. If she didn't get medical treatment quickly, the girl could be in mortal danger. With this thought in mind, Manteco reached out and grabbed the kneeling youth.
Hey, buddy, what's the deal? I said, just get this girl to a doctor.
What are you talking about, man? Everyone's dead. Where would I find a doctor? Even if there was one, they only treat those nobles. Where would someone like me get the money to see a doctor? Let me go.
You still can't go pray to a god. You still can't go pray. I mean, you still can go pray to a god?
Can't pray to a god, then who will I pray to? The despair in the young man's eyes made Manteco falter back a half step. All this time, because Manteco had only been running around dealing with fallen angels in the vicinity of Venerable Moon, all he ever saw was the well-protected people there. The peaceful sights that made Manteco feel so self-satisfied were only an illusion of staying close to Venerable Moon. There was still a long way to go before the whole of Sakurajima would be where he truly wanted it to be. The hand hanging by his side slowly balled up into a fist. Mentego snatched up the little girl from the young man's back and bonded up the mountain
So he kidnapped a girl.
for the whole praying to the god thing.
Oh.
Probably to go with them there. Hey! Stop! Put down my little sister! Stop!
Oh, he stole a sister now.
No, he's kidnapping.
Okay, we're at
Fox.
8. Fox.
The youth ran after Mentego the whole way until they both stood before the torii gate, and with the little girl in his arms, Mentego shouted out Inarizuchi's name.
Hey, Inarizushi, come out here.
You dare call upon the great and powerful Master Inari like that?
Inarizushi, if you don't get out here right now, I'm gonna tear down your torii and shrine.
The music is lit though. You incur the wrath of the gods if you keep this up.
Wrath of the gods?
Don't you know anything? Why did you even come here? Oh, we really are here. We actually really made it to the shrine.
What's so thrilling about that?
Do you know how many people climb this mountain every day just to catch a glimpse of the Master Inari? But just a tiny fraction of people even see the torii gate outside Inari Shrine. I've come many times myself, but this is the first time I've ever gotten here.
And even so, people still believe in him?
Do you think that I'd come here if I had any other way? Seeing the way the young man's head hung dejectedly, Mentego blinked his eyes, then reached out a hand and clapped him forcefully on the shoulder a few times.
Don't you worry. One of these days, I'll become master of Sakurajima, and I'll make everyone leave peaceful. Worry-free days.
Huh?
But right now, there's some more urgent business to attend to. And that's to find this Inarizushi fellow and have him cure your kid sister.
Huh?
Leave it to me. If that guy doesn't come out, I'll smash this bottle of alcohol that Tsukimi and Daiginjo had me bring here.
Huh?
Wow, he's confused. Okay, so that was Fox. Now we're gonna do Oath.
Under the youth's confused gaze, Mentego raised a bottle of alcohol and thought back to the words Daiginjo had said. Mentego was a person with exceptional executive ability. When he decided to go on a place at Tsukimidango and Junmai Daiginjo to talk over the others and to join the plan, Daiginjo held him back from departing immediately.
Here, take this. What? This is Bliss' best. Ninetail once told me that if I give him this alcohol, he would carry out one request from me. So why don't you guys go yourselves? Only Venerable Moon, which has already made a place for itself on Sakurajima, can secure approval for these matters in the eyes of others, and you are Venerable Moon's leader. With you going, that makes it an alliance between the two forces, and not just a promise between friends. The way you guys talk is always so complicated. Leave the brainy stuff to Tsukimi. I trust he won't put me in harm's way. Oh, Tsukimi, see how your boss trusted you so. The thing you two have going on is truly enviable.
Pushing away Junmai Daiginjo and his ridicules, Tsukimidango rubbed his temples and put a hand on Mentego's shoulder. After you leave, Daiginjo and I will discuss terms with the royal household through a channel of his. But if the large majority of Sakurajima's food souls aren't willing to cooperate, then our plan will still fail. Now, if you can corral the approval of some big players like Venerable Moon, Ninetail, Bachi, and Red Leaf, then this thing has a high chance of succeeding. And the leader to be the face of this thing must be of a certain standing in order for us to appear sufficiently sincere. If it was to be us, I do not think it would be so easy. So, we will leave everything up to you, boss.
Right. Rest easy. Just leave it all to me.
Leave it all to me. Leave it all to me.
Oh, so he's basically a diplomat. He needs to go talk to everybody, you know.
He's just a liaison.
Yeah, liaison. Oh, Jeffrey, you pressed skip. Okay.
Gomenasai.
Okay. Hey, Inarizushi, if you don't go show your face right now, I will really smash it. This is that alcohol you've been waited so long for. You've waited so long for.
Waited for it for so long.
You waited for so long. They didn't have a comma.
Comma saved lives,
I
guys.
know, right? Okay, yeah, stay in school.
Who dares to take the master's name and name in the divine realm?
Yeah, you need to do a Shota voice. Phew. So you finally came out. Wait, no. The Inarizushi. I've heard he doesn't look like this. Who are you? Get Inarizushi out of here right now. Out here right now to save this person.
One who calls the master thusly has no right to see him.
You
Me what?
forget it. I'm not stooping to your level. Get Inarizushi out here now to save this person. This child has a high fever and is now sitting in this mountain wind.
Nothing but a trifling human whelp is all. If master wants to cure her, then lucky her. If not, then her dying is none of our business.
So is he gonna see her or not?
Not! Go back to where you came from.
You little... Stop right there. Oh, okay. Where are we at?
I think it's
I think it's cool. One second, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I think
7,
it's-
8,
I
9.
believe
Okay,
it's
this is
cool.
last for this part.
just as Minteko raised his fist, about to strike the young man on the cheek, a voice suddenly spoke up behind him. Stay your hand! Before Minteko could react, Aburage wrenched himself from Minteko's clutches and ran behind Inarizushi, then made a face at Minteko. But before he could swagger for long, Inarizushi spun around and poked him in the head with his index finger. How many times have I said, you can't go rushing out like this?
I know what you want to say. Okay.
But he took the master's name in vain.
Have you forgotten what I told you before? Seeing Aburage standing before Inarizushi like a child that has done something wrong, Minteko blinked confusedly, swallowing back the words he was going to say. After he finished scolding Aburage, Inarizushi turned to Minteko and gave him a courteous bow. Apologies. This one has been hounded by humans before, and so it's understandable that he still has a negative impression on them. So, the great leader of Venerable Moon, Minteko, has come in person. To what do I owe the pleasure?
You know who I am?
Although humans may not exactly know it, among Sakurajima's forces, Venerable Moon has quite the reputation. Even before its establishment, I've heard of your exploits as a dueler far and wide. However, today, I presume this visit from the leader of Venerable Moon wouldn't be to challenge me, like in those legends? Although those challenges he made were a thing of the past, still, to hear it from another's mouth caused a certain amount of shame for Minteko. He rubbed the tip of his nose, let out a cough, and suddenly snapped back to attention and handed the bottle of alcohol to Inarizushi.
No, I'm not. I don't go around fighting everywhere like that anymore. Here, for you.
Oh? Did Daikinjo give this to you?
Yes.
For this alcohol, I indeed could grant a request, within reason. So then, what is your request? You wish me to save this girl? If it's in exchange for this bottle, then I suppose I could make an exception and save the human. Or could it be that you originally brought this bottle here with another purpose in mind? Decisions.
Okay, so we're gonna end the video right here for now, and then we're gonna come back with Torrigate. Okay. Well, hope you guys enjoyed so far. I think it was better than the first video, right? Where we tried to like.
I guess so.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye. We'll be back.